Hello everyone, I'm ImAllexx and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have a insane update on the 8 passengers situation because the dad of the 8 passengers, Kevin Franke, has tried to sue his own daughter. Now, I don't know about you. If I was trying to make myself look, I guess, more innocent in this situation, the last thing I'd be doing if I was accused of, like, being horrible to my children would be to sue one of them. But that's just me, you know, and I might just be a bit different. Before we get into this video, I just want to say, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you look under this video, I've tagged all of the clothing and stuff. So if you go to internetsensation.shop, we're doing new clothing. If you want to buy some, it'd be great. It helps support the channel, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much. So we have this article right here that literally says Kevin Franke wanted to file charges against his own daughter for burglary, and then he threatened to sue the police. According to a police report, Ruby's husband Kevin, who admitted he hadn't been at the home for over a year, wanted to file charges against his daughter, who went into the home and took some of the property. Officers went back to Ruby's home after they got a search warrant. So this is when they found out that the kids had basically been trapped inside of Jodi Hildebrant's home. They went with Shari Franke and they took a bunch of stuff out of the house. They broke the front door down, the police, with, I guess, one of those like battering ram things. And then Shari took some stuff, obviously, for the kids, you know, for the meantime, right? Because, you know, it's their home. Kevin finds out through Ruby that they're going to take the kids, that, you know, she's being arrested, basically, because I think she calls and tips off the fact that the kids have escaped from Jodi Hildebrant's house. That's currently what the alleged story seems to be. So he rushes home, gets there, sees that the door is off its hinges, and his first thought is that Shari Franke has come home, his daughter, and smashed through the front door of the house to steal stuff from him. I don't know about you, but like, what kind of perception must you have on your own kids if you think that they are smashing down doors to get into the house? It's a bit worrying, isn't it, that he thinks that that's what they're actually capable of. The eldest sister, Shari, had gone to the home to gather clothing and personal items for her 2 sisters, which is, you know, completely normal and fair. A DCFS caseworker was also at the home gathering items with the 2 other children who were in the state's custody in southern Utah. The caseworker informed police that they believed Kevin might be at home and that he may not be cooperative, which is why they requested police assistance. When the police arrived, the caseworker, Shari, and other family members were already in the home. They were advised to not collect any items that do not belong to them or aren't needed for the children, the documents read. Kevin Franke wants his daughter charged after burglary. I mean, look, so he didn't realize that they were legally there to take stuff from the home. But even if the kids did go back, right, to take stuff out of the home, it's theirs. Why would you go straight to, let's get them done for burglary? Your own children, wouldn't you call them, talk to them? Well, I guess they keep on taking away their phone. So maybe if they didn't keep on taking away their phone, maybe they'd actually better ring them up and ask what they were doing. The fact is, situations like this happen because they failed so much as parents, you know? This wouldn't be such a big deal, right? Well, it would be a big deal because, you know, 2 of the kids were found escaped from a home from some stranger. But it wouldn't be such a big deal on the part of, like, getting in contact with the other kids to ask what they're doing if, you know, you'd given them phones. It's just a bit of advice. Kevin allegedly reported that electronic items, specifically his electronic journals, were missing. He told officers he believes his oldest daughter Shari is responsible due to statements she made in the court. So he was like, oh, you know, well, she said in court, maybe she's stealing from me, because he thinks his electronic journal was taken. Kevin stated that Shari is not allowed in the home, and that he believes she entered unlawfully, and he wants her charged with burglary. Why is your kid banned from coming home? Is it because they're not Mormon anymore? Maybe. It's insane behavior. I think what's happened is Shari went to college, and then she's kind of realized that her family are really weird. And maybe some people went, yeah, I've seen the YouTube compilations of you guys being abused. Your parents probably didn't show you these, but they don't look very good. And the way that your siblings are being treated looks pretty terribly. And then she's going, oh, wow, yeah, this is weird, man. Did you guys have any of this happen to you when you were kids? And they've gone, no, this is not normal behavior. And then she's gone, Mum and Dad, I think you guys been treating everybody wrong. This isn't normal. I'm kind of having a bit of a breakdown over here at college. And they've gone, don't ever come home. We love you. Kevin states that he does not want any of the children mentioned in the home at this time. I again explained that they needed to get essential items of theirs that were in the home, which he did not seem to think was relevant. Of course he didn't, because it doesn't help him, because maybe there's stuff on those items that is incriminating to him. I don't know what he'd want. Or maybe he's upset they finally got their phones back, because maybe they broke in and they went, the phones are in that safe, can you get them out, Mr. Police Officer? And Kevin and Ruby Franke just going, no! They're just livid. They're just very upset because they finally got their electronic items back. No, don't give them the PS5. We took that away from them for 4 years. Among the items were 3 tablets, 3 cell phones, 3 camera GoPros, and a stack of written journals, and 3 passports for Kevin, Ruby, and another one of the children. Okay, so he was definitely worried about like it being something that he'd written in his journal, I guess. He didn't want the kids to look through that. God knows what is in there. It's probably, you know, like some dark arts in there. You know, I reckon if you open it, like it would just curse you. The officer said that due to circumstances surrounding the incident, we would not be filing charges against Shari, and that would be considered a civil issue due to her intent of not being to deprive him of the items. Yeah, she gave them back. Like, she gave them to the police who gave them to him. So, you know, she literally fetched them for him. It's not like she stole them. He's mental. He's insane. What a horrible, horrible man. And then his response to that was that they're going to sue the police station. I wouldn't be suing the police station if I was in Kevin's situation, right? I'd be doing my absolute best to look like the normal one. I mean, if you've watched any of the YouTube videos, you know he isn't. I know Ruby has taken center stage at at this case, right? And understandably so, she is evil. But let's face it, Kevin is just as bad. He's there the whole time. He stood next to her the entire time. He could have stopped it from happening. I don't know why he's been away for a year. I guess we might find that out in court. But he's not an innocent man. Nowhere near. He and Shari are working together on bygones and resuming a loving and healthy father-daughter relationship. That's why he tried to sue her. Jesus. This is Kevin's statement, by the way. His statement is that he's trying to restore a loving father-daughter relationship. You just tried to sue her and get her arrested for burglary. That is not ordinary, man. What a weirdo. Kevin is still trying to understand and correct the upside-down world that was dealt him. No, he was a part of it. They on purposely lived in an upside-down world, and they used their Mormonism to, you know, project that into the kids. They made them believe that it's part of a belief system, and if they didn't believe in what was happening to them, then they were going to have worse consequences in hell. It's crazy. They tried to brainwash their children, they abused them, and now, you know, he's lying to the media. Anybody who sees this knows that's bullshit, by the way. I think it has given us some insight into the family dynamic more than anything. Yeah, it has. The fact that he tried to sue his own kids shows you what they think of them. Shows you the way that they try and punish them. I mean, that's insane. Like, this is the craziest situation ever that this is what he is led to do. This is what he thought was a good idea. I'm sorry. It's making me angry reading it. Because it's just, anybody can see that they're all rotten. Like, the kids need to be protected and the parents are just awful. And, you know, Godspeed for Shari Franke, because it's just upsetting. I wonder what's going to happen here. But this whole case, you know, I think they've pushed back, like, the actual court hearing, because there's just so much stuff that they need to go through, and that is not a good thing, because it just means there's so much stuff that they have to look at. It's gonna be fascinating when it actually comes to light. Lazaro said information in the reports tends to maybe lend some credibility. There's probably or potentially some problems there. Yeah, that's like one way for it, you know. I mean, they've clearly cut Shari Franke out of the family, hence why he went to arresting her as his first form of fear when she re-entered the family home. What has to happen? What has to go wrong? Well, that's like the response you have to your children coming home. Arrest them. Video here from KUTV News in Salt Lake City that I wanted to give a watch. Hopefully this can give us more of an explanation about what really happened.
Hey there, Brian Schnee, KUTV2 News in Salt Lake City. An update on the 8 passengers' child abuse allegations. I have some new reports I obtained from the Springville Police Department pertaining to Ruby Franke. The day after her arrest, we know that her oldest daughter and a DCFS caseworker, along with other family members, went in the home to gather personal items for 4 children, 2 in state custody in southern Utah and 2 in the custody and care of the oldest daughter in northern Utah. The following day, Kevin Franke called Springville Police, that is Ruby's husband, to report a burglary at that home. He said the front door had been kicked in and electronic items had been taken. The department said, no, the front door wasn't a burglarized incident. That was us serving your search warrant 2 days prior. It turns out the oldest daughter did have the electronic devices. She brought them to the police department and they were returned to Kevin. Kevin said that he wanted to file charges against his oldest daughter. The police department said, we're not doing that. Kevin then told them, according to this report, they would be hearing from his attorney.
Wow. So she actually gave the stuff back, and then he was like, I still want to file charges against my own daughter. What a crazy man. Just absolutely insanity from these people. Like, they are just insane. It's just the most unordinary family ever. But, you know, this is quite common amongst like really like fanatic religious types. You see this, you know, when they kick family members out who no longer believe, and you know, they get ostracized. And you know, one of the things that I also read the other day was that the kids didn't want to go with Shari when she turned up. They didn't want to be around her, probably because they were in fear of what would happen to them if, you know, Ruby and Kevin actually discovered that they were with Shari. Because I'm pretty sure she's like excommunicado. Like, she's been kicked out of the family. She's not allowed to be near anyone. So if you're caught communicating or talking to her, you suffer the same fate. Because Shari will try and break the conditioning. She's going to try and help her, you know, siblings to get out of this situation. And the parents didn't want that. So the kids were actually like scared to go hang out with her. Scared to like be in the same situation with her with the police. Because they didn't know what was going to happen, what the consequences were going to be. How sad is that? It also gets even weirder because the family members of Jodi Hildebrant have also come out and alleged brutal abuse on their part. So they really are two partners in crime.
We now have new details on the YouTube parenting influencers and life coaches arrested for child abuse. Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrant were known for their tough love approach. This morning, new accusation from Hildebrandt's relative. Juju Chang is here with that network exclusive interview. Good morning, Juju.
Good morning to you, George. Good morning. You know, their arrests were shocking to millions of Ruby Franke fans, but there had been growing concerns about the momfluencer and her partner, Jodi Hildebrant. You're about to meet one woman who says Jodi abused her years ago, and nobody listened. That's
crazy. I guess because of the fact that they are involved in counseling and helping people out, that, you know, there'll probably be so many people who have gone under this awful treatment. I mean, there's so much to cover here. There are so many videos that I haven't made yet. As I said, I'm working on a documentary that I've decided that I will be posting on this YouTube channel. I'm currently in the process of moving. And obviously with all of this stuff coming out, there's so much to do. You know, it's going to be a big video. And I want to make sure that it's done properly. And I am still working on that. But there's just more and more stuff that comes out every day. And all of it is just insane.
While the arrest sent shockwaves, some who knew Hildebrant say they were not at all surprised.
We knew that Jodi does this. We knew 14, almost 15 years ago that she's already done this to me. And people saw and people witnessed and did nothing. Just because you reframe it as tough love or tough parenting, that's not love.
She's not wrong. I always had a massive problem with it, like being reframed as like the tough love parenting. You know, they're now under kind of 6 counts of felony child abuse. It's not tough love. It's not love at all. I mean, if you watch the videos, it really seems like they hate their kids. I mean, Kevin just tried to sue one of them. Does that sound like a loving relationship to you? More and more people coming out, speaking about it. I think I will go into more detail on the Jodi Hildebrant stuff in a video soon. So if you guys want to see that, then subscribe, because I'm posting videos on here as close to every day as possible, but I am moving at the moment. There's so much to cover. There's so much to talk about, and all of it is just terrible. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd greatly appreciate that. And don't forget, if you want to support this channel, it'd be greatly appreciated if you pick up something from the clothing. I would appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much, everybody who has already gone ahead and done that. I will see you guys in a new video soon. Have a good one, everybody, and what a crazy update to this story. It just gets crazier and crazier.